In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at all of the new features introduced in the brand new Minecraft beta 1.17.0.56. I haven't really done videos like these, so tell me in the comment section down below if you want me to make more of these beta update videos where I basically go over what each beta has to offer and how it contributes to the final version of MCPE 1.17. But without further ado, let's get started in today's beta roundup. One of the most significant changes with this beta is the brand new UI that it introduces. So if you take a look at all of our worlds over here, you'll notice that some of them actually do say experimental over here, so that's honestly much more easier rather than it saying EX at the front of your name world, which could get a little bit annoying. But I really do like how they did change it, and basically whenever you try joining a world over here, it will give you this warning screen over here. So they did introduce brand new UI, and this basically informs you that if you do try to load into this experimental world, it might crash, break, or stop working at any time, because keep in mind this is a beta. There's going to be bugs, there's going to be some issues going on. On top of that, they even went over here and they added this brand new description underneath the experiments to say try out features that are under development that can't be turned off after world creation. So they basically did it to just make it clear for people who want to turn on experimental gameplay, and then they end up regretting it and they try turning it off. And this is basically a warning to telling you that if you put your world in experimental gameplay, it's going to be an experimental gameplay forever. So yeah, just make sure to keep that in mind. But anyways guys, we're now going to be going into the game and we're going to be going over some of the new changes over there. In terms of the game itself, we actually do have a little bit of new features that we are introduced to, and that being Aquifers. Aquifers are caves filled with lava that are now placed underground during world generation. So that's honestly pretty cool. I'm going to be putting an image of an Aquifer on the screen right now, but as you can tell, it looks absolutely insane. It's one of the brand new cave structures that 1.17 has to offer, and personally, it looks absolutely amazing, and I'm a massive fan of it, so I'm glad to see that they did do that. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new changes with the mob over here. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but there has been a brand new texture change with this mob over here. So we actually, place this bad boy underwater. You may have noticed that their texture has been slightly changed, not too much to the point where, they're completely different. Also fixed a lot of bugs with these mobs over here, including no longer attacking invisible mobs, and their textures have been updated, and breed Zaxel maintain their color after being placed from a bucket. Look, I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm going to be referring to this as fish. So if you did not know, fish no longer attack invisible mobs, and fish textures have been updated, and bred fish maintain their color after being placed from a bucket. So keep in mind, when I say fish, I'm referring to this mob over here, but unfortunately I don't know how to pronounce it, and if I pronounce it, you guys are gonna roast me in the comments. And yeah, not today. But yo, these guys are aggressive. They show absolutely no mercy. And there also has been a new update with the Spyglass. So we're gonna be taking a look at the Spyglass over here, and that there is now a tip top on controller for holding. If you're using a controller, there'll now be instructions for you on how to actually use the Spyglass. So honestly, I think that's pretty useful, because obviously the Spyglass is one of the coolest new items that they are adding to 1.17 over here. And next up, we have amethyst. Amethyst buds and cluster breaking animation no longer float in the air, so that's pretty cool. And aligned in-hand rendering of amethyst bud items with Java Edition. So that's honestly another cool feature about the new amethyst stuff. And of course, we have amethyst geodes were slightly rarer. Okay, so they did make the geodes slightly rarer, so that's honestly pretty cool. A little bit unfortunate at the same time, because those things are absolutely insane. But we're going to be taking a look at these right over here. Yeah, if you did not know, these things used to make a lot of breaking animations over here, and they basically changed it, so that's honestly pretty cool. I'm glad they did fix those things over here. Even though they're like small little changes, it still contributes a lot, and just those small details make MCPE much more better. And I really like how they fixed the animation. That's honestly pretty cool, and they made it similar to that of Java Edition. Next up, we actually have the item called Azalea. So we're gonna be taking a look at this over here. So once again, I do apologize if I completely butchered the name, but basically they made it so now it correctly turns into a tree if placed on a moss block. So that's honestly pretty cool. So we're gonna put this bad boy over here, and we're gonna bone mean it, and you will notice that it actually does change into a full-on tree over here. Until yeah, things are still a little bit buggy, not gonna lie, but regardless, this is still an amazing feature over here. Next up, we have the deep slate. They also did change the textures of the deep slate items over here, so that's another cool thing to notice. And next up, we have small drift leaf. Yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at it over here, and yo, take a look at that. That is just so cool. This is literally gonna be like the new bamboo. Honestly, like, you guys already know bamboo. That's gonna be literally the new bamboo. And next up, we have a new update with the dripstone. Mobs can once again pathfind around pointed dripstone them. So that's honestly pretty cool. And next up, we actually have a change with the glow squid out of all things over here. And basically they made it so naturally spawned glow squid can despawn now, which is a little bit weird, not gonna lie. I don't really get that, you know, feature, but you know what, it's whatever. You know, glow squid are pretty cool. That might also mean that keeping a glow squid as a pet may be a little bit difficult now, because you know they despawn now, which is what I don't understand, but you know what, that's still pretty cool. And next up, we have using a pick block on a glow squid in creative now gives a glow squid egg. Okay, that's pretty cool. Next up, we have the lightning rod. Lightning that strikes rod no longer has a chance to trigger skeleton traps. Alright, that's pretty cool. And next up, we have some changes with the powdered snow. So I'm going to be putting them up on the screen right now because this one is a little bit lengthy, but I'm going to try my absolute best to really break it down over here. So what they changed for the powdered snow is that include textures are now applied in an isotropic manner, and multiple blocks can no longer be placed on powdered snow, so that's a little bit unfortunate. And fences and walls no longer connect to powdered snow in bedrock, and the fog effect is no longer applied to third-person camera when the camera isn't inside the snow powder. So those are some pretty small changes, but at the same time, it's those little things that really make MCPE absolutely insane. So I'm just glad that they're taking the time to, you know, fix even the smallest little mistakes over there that don't really impact the game. And also, powdered snow block no longer becomes invisible if the player is extinguished by both the powdered snow block and any other method at the same time. Also, powdered snow no longer has the one corner that collides with the mob, so that's honestly pretty cool. Next up, we're going to be going over the bug fixes portion of this video over here. So starting off this section is we have some fixes with the mobs over here. Skeletons transforming into strays now play appropriate transformation sounds, and withers no longer take freeze damage from powdered snow. Next up, bees no longer gather nectar from sweet blueberry bushes. I apologize if I just butchered that word over there, but yeah. And once again, bees can once again enter beehives and bee nests. So that's honestly pretty cool. Pretty common bug that happened before. And next up, we have the controller tooltips over here. Added tooltips for collect lava and cauldron using bucket, collect powdered snow from powdered snow bucket using bucket, empty lava into cauldron from bucket, empty powdered snow into cauldron from bucket. The last thing that we're going to be going over is the brand new animation that this beta has to offer. So they did fix the player animation showing the bow holding animation after respawning when killed by another player, and they fixed the issue where certain items such as the bow, crossbow, trident, and shield and mayhem won't bob with the view bobbing turned on. So that is basically it for the most important features of this brand new beta over here. If you want the full changelog, I'm going to be linking it in the description down below, and I really hope you guys like this new type of format video. It's more informative where I basically go over each new beta and break it down so everyone knows what's going on, and of course so we can actually prepare for 1.17. Tell me if you like it in the comment section down below, but see you later, french fries.